again, we're going to go back to the exercises for health I taught you before, the spleen, liver, all of those things. But I wanted to break them down a little bit and give you a little bit more information. For instance, this one, the spleen, remember this? With this configuration, we look up and we turn while we look at the center of this little triangle. Notice how just my waist is moving now, not my hips. Okay, so this activates the spleen meridians. Those meridians are specific for concentration. So when your brain is super concentrated, like before an exam, sometimes it can affect the chi meridians. So this is a really nice way to concentrate in a relaxed way, number one, and also to keep those meridians flowing with chi just before you have a lot of study coming up or something. That's a really good one to do. The other piece of your thinking is it goes with being technical. For instance, someone that's very technical about things and wants things in just a certain way, or maybe they're a mechanic and they want everything just perfect to make the car run perfectly. Or perhaps a computer science person is a really good one for this. They have to be very, what I used to call clinical, but it's technical. And that is E, the letter I in Chinese. So if you're overly technical, if you're overly worried and concentrating about something, this is a great exercise to do. You know that's coming, or if you've just come out of a situation like that, to keep that meridian clear and your chi flowing naturally. And lastly, the spleen corresponds to the earth, bringing the heavens down to match the earth path. They're grounded. So when we control our concentration skills, grounded, we feel part of the earth. There's the spleen. Today we're going to talk about the aspects of the exercise that coordinates with the kidneys that I taught you in another video. I'll show you the movement briefly, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the emotion that goes with it. So the kidneys are all about keeping your meridians clear for that organ to maintain a courageous or non-fearful life. Notice how my hand is over the kidney in the back. Scooping up, coming up, shifting weight. Fall. The kidney, this one, that activates that meridian, can you guess? It's water. You know, water, liquid. So that's the movement. So if you're ever in a situation, or you know you're going to be in a situation where you could have fear involved, it's a really good one to work with. It's a good one to do first thing in the morning because you have to go to the restroom. Usually, most people do in the morning. And so do that before you go, and it will remove more toxins from your body. It is called Chin, and it's all about having a sense of willpower that's fearless. So as you clear out this meridian, your willpower won't be choppy about, oh, I might do this, I might do that. You have a lot of motivation, then suddenly it just goes up. You want to keep these meridians strong and full of chi so that you can be fearless and keep your willpower strong. Today we're going to talk about another organ that we had some exercises with in another video, and a little bit deeper about some of the aspects of this exercise. And this is the one that is for the liver. And if you recall, it looks like this. Palm up, palm down, and you're bouncing. Bouncing to release the toxins in the liver. Just keeps those meridians clear. I've heard, thankfully I haven't experienced it, but if you have a hangover, this is a really good one to get the liver cleared out. So maybe you'll feel a little better. Um, so bouncing seems to help that a lot. So the liver is emotionally about anger. So if you notice people that are really, really angry, their face is red, well, that's the liver lighting up their face. So, and it also has to do with the soul. It injures the soul when you're super angry like that. And so they talk about Hun, or the soul, the inner part of you that you want to share with others, and with yourself, that's pure and loving and holy, if you will. And anger just shatters all of that. So the liver exercise is a very powerful exercise, not only to detox the liver, but see how this balances you? One up, one down. One thing I like to talk about is I'm pushing away any anxiety or worries, anger. I'm pulling toward me relaxation, peace, love, all of those things. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can also just keep your mind clear. But if you're having an exceptionally angered day, irritated, all upset with everybody in the world, or those days where things fall on your head and you run into people that are just not nice all day, or the traffic's bad all at once, those days. Go home and do this to balance your liver energy. And again, it's like this. You want to do it fast once you get used to it. One, two, one, two, two. Enjoy this exercise. It'll keep you peaceful in your life. Today we're going to talk about the lung exercise and some deeper aspects of that particular meridian and the exercises that we talked about prior, and how the meridians of the lung are tied into that exercise. The emotion that is triggered by these meridians being sluggish, not functioning at their fullest level, is sorrow. And if you've ever had deep grief, that's all about the lungs. That's why when people are super sad, they can't catch their breath. It's just so painful. And it refers to, we talked about the liver, how it affects your soul and shatters your soul. But the lungs, it's a physical soul. You can feel your soul being just crushed by grief. And that is made even worse when you don't breathe deeply and when you don't have an exercise like I'm about to show you to open your lungs and activate those meridians to help you along through. This particular one, the first one I'll show you, it looks like the breasts pushing out. See how I'm opening my lungs. It's like a cup filled with rice. Like opening a really heavy curtain. See how expansive that is? Of course, you don't want to hold your breath with this. We're opening up the lungs here to activate those meridians and help you through any kind of sadness or grief, the physical pain that comes. They talk about heartbreak even. But you can feel it in your lungs, just tight, or sometimes even jagged breathing. The other way to do this is to pull in. Again, you have this 2 bowls of uncooked rice. You don't want to spill any. And then see how that's opening up the back of the lung. Keep it in there as long as you can. Opens up the wrists, shoulders, joints are activated, relaxed. energized. Notice my knees are bent. You don't want to stand with your legs straight when you're doing these. You cut your chi off. You want it to have a nice freeway entrance. You don't want a traffic jam in there. Tongue in the roof of the mouth. Puppet string from the head. So as you go through life, there'll be times when you're sad. And notice your breathing. And just do this exercise. You give yourself a little bit of calm in the middle of sorrow. Today we're going to talk about the exercise that we introduced you to in a former video that activates the meridians of the heart. And I'll illustrate it for you briefly, and then I'll tell you something a little deeper about it. So this is the one where you have a picture frame and you're pushing out on the bottom as you end the movement. You follow like a roller coaster rail around to get to the other side, which is a picture frame again, and then you push out. Now, when you speed it up, it goes inhale, exhale. So I'm going to speed it up now. This is the end result. So you can see that's a little fiery, right? That's the element that goes with it. But on another level, it relates to joy. And so you want to open up the meridian so that you can feel joy. But there's a little bit extra with that. You don't want to feel overly excited, well, too much mental excitement. So you want to keep it at joy and not excitement, you know. You want to keep balance. That's the yin yang. Keep it balanced right here. And then shin or intuition is a piece of this. So internally, deep internal, when you begin to feel an intuitive response that comes from your heart. So you want to keep these meridians free so that you can have your flow going, if you will, at an optimum rate. So that when you do have an intuitive moment, you can be clear about it and feel confident in it. And also it'll give you some discernment on whether you want to follow through with that intuition or wait 24 hours and see if it shifts to another intuitive moment that's even more beneficial to you. So in any event, this particular heart exercise can help you feel real deep joy, not over mental excitement. Very clear joy, clear intuition. And again, that is called Shin. So I hope you enjoy these, and I hope that you like them enough to follow, subscribe, comment. And if you don't want to do any of that, just so many blessings to you.